Good morning, everyone. I welcome you all for your live session class for computer application. And today, what we are going to do is the second chapter of our book, and that is functions in Excel. In this, we are going to first see there are several points given over here. You all can see over here in the book, in the rectangular box over there, that contains the important key points of the chapter, and today we are going to see the first three of them, that is cell range, formulas, and types of referencing. Okay, so let's start with the chapter. You know the basic functioning of Excel. Yes, let us now move forward to learn advanced functioning of Excel. Excel is one of the most and wonderful and powerful aid for calculating and analyzing data. What do we mean by data? I hope you all remember. Data is information. Information can be of any type. It can be written, typed, it can be an image, audio, video, or document. Okay, so data or information can be of such kind. So in this chapter, we will learn to use formulas and functions in Excel to perform calculation. But before that, let us try to understand the concept of ranges, which plays a critical role in calculation. Okay, now I am going to present you with MS Excel on my laptop, and let's see what we have to do. As you all can see here, these are all known as cell. Okay, the A, B, C, D, and so on are all known as your column letters, and 1, 2, 3, 4 are all your row numbers. And when a column and a row intersect with each other, that particular area or rectangular box is known as cell. In this cell, we can type or give our information. Okay, we can type our data over here. For example, let's say over here, as it's there same, I'm going to type. Okay, double click and you get inside that particular cell. Product, the very first name over here is product. Then we have rate over here, and then after discount over here. I'm going to expand this cell like this, and then over here the product name, I'll keep it short. Television for TV, then toaster, okay, then mobile, and then we have AC, and here are some rate for that particular product. Then we have this, and then we have this, and over here the other amount. Like this. So this is what we have in the book. So select range of cells from B1 to C4. Now let's see what are cell range. Cell range is a group of contiguous cells selected along with the active cell, forming a rectangular block of cells. The range can have few cells in it, whole row, column, or the whole sheet. You can perform various operations on the cell range contents like copying, moving, deleting, applying cell formatting, etc. Okay, children. So how do you select active cell? Which is your active cell? your active cell is the cell on which you are actually working on right now. Okay, actively working on. So my first active cell is product, this cell B1. B1 is my active cell. Now I'm going to click, hold, and move my cursor from B1 to C4. C4. This is C column and fourth row. Column C and row number 4 till here. So these all 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. 8 cells over here are all selected. These selected cell or this selection is known as range. Now, if you want to do anything in this, for example, you want to change the color, you can do it. You want to change the size, you can do it. You want to change the alignment, you can do it. Like this. Okay. So this is how you can do a cell formatting. Cell formatting over here means simple. You want to change anything inside a cell. That is all. Okay. So this is how you can change it. Or you simply want to change this section, select that particular section and change whatever you want to change in it. This was cell range. Now let's move to selecting a range. The active cell is always the selected cell. Okay, the active cell. Active cell means the very first cell or on which you have clicked, on which cell you are working on, that particular cell is known as active cell. To select a range of cells using mouse, point your mouse pointer on the first cell of the range and drag the left mouse button until all the required cells are selected. I just did that. I point my mouse cursor on the first cell. I click the left button, hold it, click it, and just simply move. And this is how you can select a cell range. To select a range of cells using keyboard, you have to press Shift key. Select on the first cell, click on the Shift key, press it, hold it, and then move with the help of your Shift and press the left mouse button. Select the first cell, select the last cell which you want the last cell to be. Press Shift key, hold it, and then you have to click on mouse button, left mouse button, and it will automatically select the whole range of cells. To select a complete column, you simply have to click the column header of that column. If I want to select column number B, just simply put your cursor on top of B, click and just simply release it and it will be selected. The whole column will be selected. Okay, not only till AC but the whole column. Now if you want to select the whole row, same manner, put your cursor on that particular row number and click, and that particular row will be selected. The whole row will be selected. If you want to select the whole sheet, just simply put your cursor over here where A and 1 is above and near that, just click and the whole sheet will be selected. Now I have shown you this. Now we come to the part formulas. Formulas in Excel is an expression made up of data values or the cell references of the cell containing data values along with mathematical operators. Now, what do we mean data values? Data values are the data, the information inside that particular cell. And cell referencing means cell address. Okay, cell address. Let me show you again. This is all what I have written over here is data value or data inside a cell, information inside a cell. Okay, now cell reference is the address of one particular cell. One particular cell. For example, 25,000 is written inside which cell? It is written inside column C and row 2. So the address of this particular cell will be C2, and you can find the address over here. I hope you can follow my cursor. Children, can you follow my cursor? Please send a message on this application. Anyone? Harkirat, please kindly tell me whether you can follow the cursor. Children, anyone? I want a response. Okay, thank you, Harkirat. Thank you. Okay, so this is your cell address where you can find your cell address. Now, if you want to jump to some particular cell address, you can simply type over here. For example, I want to go to D and then I want to go to 5, D5. Type and press enter key and it will automatically move to that particular cell address. This is what cell address is. Okay? Or cell reference. Data values are the values inside that cell. Now we come to the part mathematical operators. It is given over here, operators and the name and the example. The first is addition, second subtraction, then multiplication, division and exponentiation. Okay. Exponent. Okay. Now we'll use the same table what we have made just now. We'll use the same thing and let's make another changement over here. Instead of after discount, we'll delete this part, or simply you can hide it if you want to hide. We'll come over here. I'll write another name. Amount. I have written amount. But before amount, there is one more thing over there. And that is quantity. Quantity 2. 2 is there. Then we have 4. Then we have 3. And then we have 5. So, the rate is given, the quantity is given. Now we have to put a simple formula. What will be the final amount? Okay, the final amount. So let's turn to page number 18. And over here, we can see several steps over there. We are going to follow these steps and do the work. So instead of E2, I will use F, because the total amount is given on which column? It is F, on F column. So click the cell over here. I will click over here F2. Instead of E2, I am using F2. Why? Because I have moved one cell. I have hidden one of the column. So, click inside and type equal to sign. Now, remember children, whenever you use a formula in MS Excel, Microsoft Excel, you always start a formula with an equal to sign. Always, the equal to sign will be first. Excuse me. Equal to sign will be first. Then you have to select which? C2 and E2. Now, if you want to get a total of 20 of this television, which operator I'm going to use. Can anyone tell me on message which operator should I use to get a total amount of this television? Anyone? Kindly message. I will remove the comma and I will type an asterisk sign over here or multiplication sign. You can get that sign by pressing shift key and 8 on your keyboard. And when you press enter, you will get a total amount over there. Okay, you will get a total amount over there, and as you can see this, and on top over here you can see the formula. This is your formula bar. This is your formula bar. Okay, whatever formula you have typed in this cell will appear over here on your formula bar. Once you have done this, you can simply copy the formula to other cells, and this is how you can save your time. How do you copy the formula to other cells? In the same manner, you just have to put your cursor on the small square over here. It will change to plus sign. Click, hold and come down. Click, hold, and as you come down, click, hold, and as you come down, it will be available. Okay, children? So the ones who have joined my class really late, it's really, what to say, what I can say, leave it. So this is how you can copy the formula to other cells. Okay, children? So now let's see what do we mean by types of referencing. The formulas used in an Excel are dynamic in nature. This means that the value of the result is recalculated automatically. See, what do we mean by dynamic over here? What happened just now? What I just did over here? Dynamic. The formula which I applied over here was only for C2 and E2. It was for C2 and E2. But when I copied this formula to other part of the cells, the formula and the cell address automatically changed. For toaster, the address changed from C2 to C3 and then from E2 to E3. Got it? From C2 to E3. C3. And this is how what they mean by dynamic. They automatically changes the that values inside the cell. They automatically change the cell address and they copied whatever information was there inside that particular cell address. So we are going to cover the first three references, and those are relative reference, absolute reference and mixed reference. Relative reference or relative address. Absolute reference means absolute address, or mixed reference means mixed address. Okay, children? So relative referencing is the default cell referencing. Whatever we have done just now is relative reference or relative address. This is by default. The next two is all done by the user. Okay. In relative referencing, cell reference of the cells containing the data changes when the formula is copied from one cell to another. When the formula is copied from one cell to another, cell address changes according to the need. Okay, the cell address changed. For example, earlier it was C2 and E2. When I copied the formula to the down cell, it became C3 and E3. So this is how it changes. changes when the formula is copied from one cell to another cell. The references are changed with the respect of the new cell. Now, whatever information was there in the new cell will be calculated. Instead of C2 and E2 values, now it has taken values from C3 and E3. This is relative referencing. Now we come to absolute referencing. Let us understand what it is. An absolute reference is a cell reference in a worksheet that remains constant even if the formula is copied or moved from one cell to another cell. What does it mean? That it will not change the cell address. The formula applied in that particular cell will contain the same address to wherever you want to copy the formula. In whichever cell you want to copy the formula. Now, how it is done? It is done if you want to fix it, if you don't want to change it, it is done with the help of $sign. You have to put a $sign in front of that particular cell address. So, for example, let's say I have to add another, I have to insert a row or a column over here. Okay. Can you all follow the screen? Yes. And I'll write discount over here. Discount. Okay. And in this, the discount will be same for all the products. Okay. The discount given will be same for all the products. But the quantity of the product may vary. It may change. So cell reference is made absolute by putting a $sign before the column letter and as well as the row number. So $B4 and $4. $B, $4. So let's say this is our discount and 700 rupees discount is given over here. Now, how is it going to change this amount? For this, we have to put the formula, and that is C2 into D2. Okay, it is already there. And then we have to minus. Then we have to minus. Which? This one. So E2 is there. Now you simply have to put a $sign over here and a $sign over here and press enter. Now if you will copy this to other parts, it will change. But only one thing will not change, and that is this $E and $2. This will not be changed. Okay, this is how it will take. The full formula is over here. Cell reference, cell addresses of these of the rate and the quantity is changed, but on the other hand, it is not changed for the discount. This was absolute referencing. Now we come to mixed referencing or mixed addresses. Mixed referencing is a combination of relative and absolute both. Relative and absolute both. And this was a very good example of what we can say absolute and mixed. Let us see what is it. In mixed referencing, one part of the cell address or column or row is made absolute. Absolute means fixed. And on the other part, the relative means it can vary, it can change. As $A4 or $4. In mixed referencing, the cell reference changes in one direction, row or column, while the part made absolute remains same in the formula copied to all cells. Over here they have written multiplication, change the size. Then they have written over here 4, then 7, and then 10, and over here underneath they have written 12, and over here. So let's first put the formula. On this I will put a formula that is equal to sign dollar. Instead of A, we are using this one. We are using B. Okay, and then $11. Because the value is over here in this cell, B11. So this is an absolute reference. Then we multiply this absolute reference with another, that is C $10. C $10. Okay, so one part is fixed. Which part is fixed? On which the cell on which 12 is written, that is fixed. Okay, B $B and $11 is fixed. So it will be multiplied every time with the number of other cells. The answer is 48, and if you copy this to other cells, the answer will come automatically. So which part was automatically which part was fixed? This area. This was fixed. Then what the other part was? This was fixed. So this is how you can use a mixed reference. So children, I hope you were able to understand and grab what all we have done today. We'll keep it till here, and we will continue with the chapter in the next class. Till then, take care, stay home and stay inside, children.